Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Traveler's Jam live stream. This is an indie game jam stream where I'm the host, Tokyo Frequency, and I ask the community members to make games about traveling. Um, there's a bunch of different kinds of limitations that you could have incorporated into the theme into your game, but I'm just here to kind of play through all of the community's games and share, my first impressions of the games, and also give a bit of feedback so you guys can make better games in the future. Without further ado, I think we should get started and start playing one of the games. So let's see. In total, there were 5 games submitted to the Traveler's Jam. I will just start with this first one here, Journey by 34 de Otuno. And let's just fire it up. Okay. All right, so let's play in full screen mode and let's play in English. All right, let's start the game. Right, resting at home, having a cup of coffee, hearing a knock on the door. There's no one there, only the object on a ground with a folded piece of paper underneath it. You analyze the object, it's a strange looking switch. Then you open the folded paper and come across a question. What is the secret behind this message? Look at the back of the artifact. The artifact must be the strange switch. You notice a carved inscription, written in an ancient language which you can strangely read. Just one unique riddle, new, endless yesterdays. I think the secret is... Yeah, so I think some of the comments said that just kind of take a look at the first letters of the words and you can figure it out. So it seems like it's the name of the game, which is Journey. So let's proceed. It must be Journey. Yep, you hear a click inside as soon as you pronounce the correct word. Strange. I wonder what happens if I flip the switch. Whoa. After a flash of light, you find yourself in a place of complete darkness. The switch and the paper are gone. But there lies a place with that rectangular tiles. It looks like a sliding puzzle. Alrighty, so I guess it's a sliding puzzle, so let's try to just figure this out. How do you do this? Okay, so you click on it and it moves to wherever there's an empty slot. Got it. Maybe I should do some kind of strategy, but I'm just kind of like brute forcing it and hoping things will work out. But let's see here. I think this doesn't look right. So, yeah, this goes here. And these two might need to be swapped. There's a jump button. Does that mean we can kind of skip this puzzle? Let's see what this does. Yeah, I guess so. What is this place? A grocery store? You hear someone behind the counter rummaging through the boxes and drawers with a certain haste. Hello, is anyone there? Then someone appears. Oh, a customer. Oh, I guess you can click to interact, so let's see. Whoa. I'm sorry for not attending to you as soon as you walked in. I'm looking for a card and I can't find it anywhere. By the way, my name is Osvaldo, and yours? It's Christopher. Pleasure to meet you. Would you like some help with the search? I would really appreciate it if you could. Hmm. Let's see. Guess we can interact with various objects. Let's see. Is there something? I don't know. I'm not hearing any audio, so yeah, I'm wondering if this game has audio. I guess that would be my first kind of piece of feedback that like audio would really add a lot to this game, either music or sound effects. Is it really around here somewhere? Shouldn't be this hard to find it. Yeah, not a trace of it here. Let's see. Where could it be? Not here. Oh, maybe it's here. Nothing here. Hmm. Oh, maybe it's up here. Found it. Wow, thank you so much. I was going crazy thinking I'd have to deal with the immense amount of bureaucracy to access the savings I inherited from my grandfather. Whoa, this escalated pretty quickly. I'm glad you won't have to go through that. I wanted to give you something for helping me. You don't have to. Please take it. It's an old coin from the Edo period in Japan. I'm sure it must be worth something as it was in my grandfather's collection. Okay, accept the coin. I don't want it. I guess we're given a choice. Should we accept this mysterious coin? All right, I don't see why not. Let's accept the coin. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, I'll be going then. Take care. Come back whenever you can. All right, Osvaldo goes back to the counter and you open the grocery store to leave. All right, I'm curious to what happens if I don't accept the coin, but whatever. Like, I don't know. After a flash of light, you find yourself in the same place, completely dark. The rectangular object with tiles has returned to your hands. Yeah, I guess I probably should have saved, but whatever. I'll start saving, so maybe I can explore some other choices. Oh, it's another kind of sliding puzzle. Yeah, I mean, the thing with these sliding puzzles is that, like, it can be a little bit, I guess, challenging, and there's no skip this time, so I'm gonna have to think about how to do this one. Or maybe the skip appears after a certain number of attempts. I'm not sure how it works. Yeah, I think the top of the house needs to go up there. And I don't know, these are like trees and stuff. Yeah, I need to get the other top of the house up there too. But then that's like, that goes on the other side of the house. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess it appears after a certain number of attempts. Well, I mean, at least, um, kudos to the dev. Like, maybe these sliding puzzles are a little bit too difficult or not very forgiving. So, kudos to having a way to continue without actually completing the puzzle. Alrighty. Now we're in a temple, but feeling out of place here. Could this be ancient Japan? Yeah, I mean, I think some music would just do wonders for this kind of scene, or just even like a sound effect, like a whoosh sound effect um, would just do wonders. And some ancient Japanese music from the Edo era. I mean, like, I posted a bunch of resources in the Discord. I mean, you don't have to be a composer, but you can find a bunch of like free music to use as well, and it'll just add a lot to the scene. But yeah, well, there's someone over here, and they look very sad, staring at that chest. Okay, let's see. Hi, my name is Christopher. Are you okay? Hanakami. Hello, I'm not doing very well, but it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Hanakami. What happened? The spring festival is approaching, but I can't open this chest. It contains our temple's ritual clothing, and my father, who recently passed away, left a nothing regarding the password except a single phrase. Okay. And what phrase is it? When spring arrives and the cherry blossom petals fall, contemplate the temple at dusk under the light of the paper lanterns. Okay, that's a pretty specific phrase. May I see the chest? Of course. Alright, let's see. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, but I think we're supposed to, can I try to solve this code if it's not too much for you? It's no trouble at all. Alrighty. So I guess there's some lanterns. Yeah, maybe it's the symbols on the lanterns. Not too sure what these characters are, but let's see if we can get them to match. Let's see, yep. So let's go back to here. Whoops. All right, I think this one is the one that's missing. Yep. Oh, looks like you just solved it. Well, the phrase where your father says, when spring arrives and the cherry blossom petal fall, contemplate the temple at dusk under the light of the paper lantern. So I stopped and looked at the temple and noticed those ideograms on the paper lanterns. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty simple, I guess. There's a necklace and a talisman. Take it as yours. I hope it will be useful to you. I can't accept it. It looks very valuable. It helped me with something special to me, and there's the least I can do. Please accept it. It's from the heart. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we should just accept the talisman. Who knows what will happen later with it. No, thank you for showing up. I'll be going then. Of course. Go safely. She bows. She returns to the side of the chest. You walk through the temple grounds until you find the exit. After a flash of light, you find yourself in the same place, completely dark. The rectangular object with tiles has returned to your hands. And here we go again. Oh, another sliding puzzle. Yeah, the thing about these sliding puzzles, I'm not even going to bother attempting it. The thing about these sliding puzzles is that, like, you know, I don't think they're really particularly any fun, but there could be some sort of other mini game put in the place. I'm not sure what, but yeah, it's pretty hard for me to figure out, and I'm just going to hope that the jump button appears after a certain number of attempts. Let's see. No, it's not appearing. Does this mean I actually have to solve it? I hope not. I'm too invested in the story at this point to give up. Alrighty. Well, I'll try to solve it. So, oh, the jump button appeared. So maybe there's a timer. Maybe it's not based on the number of attempts, but there's a timer. But thankfully it appeared. Let's just jump into it. Okay, you emerge in a forest at night. You begin to walk and come across an altar made of stones and large rocks carved with runes. There's someone behind one of those rocks. Hello. Good evening. I'm a bit lost. Sorry if I'm interrupting anything. Good evening. You're not interrupting. I'm just having some trouble with the symbols on the rocks. I drew them out of order, and now I don't know where to begin with the ritual of supplication to the moon goddess. I see. My name is Christoval, and if I can help you, just let me know. Yorg, a pleasure. If you can help, then touch the stones and I will write down the correct order in which they glow. That way, I know how to finish the ritual. All right. Let's see here. So touch the stones in the correct order, but what's the correct order? Is there like a hint somewhere? Tente novamente? Tente novamente. Oh. I guess you just guess. I mean, I'm not really sure what the hint is, but it seems like you just kind of guess whichever one lights up. Okay. Must be the X then. Yeah, this must be the order then. You got it. Thanks so much for the help. It was nothing. There's no harm in being helpful. Since you were so kind to help me, I want to give you something. Here's a totem. I hope it can provide you with some protection. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll have to accept the totem. Let's just accept all the items. All right, if you don't mind, then I'll be on my way. Of course, have a great adventure, Traveler Christopher. I think I'm already having quite the adventure. Yeah. You continue walking through the forest. After a flash of light, you find yourself in the same place, completely dark. The rectangular object with tiles has returned to your hands. I hope this is the last place. Oh yeah, I hope so too. And I guess like yeah, I mean even before this game is finished, this sliding puzzle might kind of sound cool in concept, but I think it's really just at least too difficult for me maybe. And yeah, I'm glad that there was a way to kind of get out, kind of like skip it, but like maybe just consider taking out the sliding puzzle in general, right? If a mechanic, at least to me, it's not fun, isn't kind of working, and is kind of frustrating the player, don't be afraid to scrap it. This kind of sliding puzzle, yeah, I guess like I don't know, maybe I'm just really bad at strategy or whatever, but like if this kind of thing um isn't working out, I don't think it adds too much of the to the game anyway, and I think the game is fun enough kind of solving the riddles and like going to different locations that it doesn't necessarily need this ultra long sliding puzzle. Right? Like maybe the developer is actually pretty good at this because they've done it maybe a bunch of times, but I have no clue. So I'm just gonna use the handy dandy jump button. All right, you emerge in the middle of a field, hearing gunfire and explosions in the distance. Ah, now finally some action. And this is really cool that like there's kind of like some war zone right now. But like if I were to give like one piece of advice, I would start with the action, right? I mean, you would really want to engage, the player right away. Um, and if they're transported to this kind of like active field, it's kind of grip them better than like to more like a more passive place like a shop. But that's just like my kind of opinion. I kind of like when you're kind of thrown into the action and you kind of need to figure out what's going on. But it's cool that there's something going on now. So let's continue. You emerge in the middle of a field, hearing gunfire and explosions in the distance. You find a trench and drive into it, only to find a soldier with a gun pointed at you. Uh oh, things have gotten pretty tense now. Freeze! Who are you? I'm, Christopher. I'm just running from the gunfire and explosions. How did you get here? I'm not exactly sure. I'm just trying to protect myself from everything that's happening. Whose side are you on? I don't want to hurt anyone, if that's what you're asking. I just want to stay safe and get back home in one piece. Smart answer. We are under attack. We are under attack. 8-5, quote 2, quote 6, quote 9, quote 5, quote 4, double quote 085, double quote 31, double quote 5, colon, over. Is this some kind of riddle? Let's see. 8-5, quote 2, quote 6, quote 9, quote 5, quote 4, quote double quote 085, double quote 31, double quote 5, colon, over. Nearly out of ammo. We're retreating south. Another riddle. 3, quote 5, quote 3, quote 3, quote 3, 1, quote 4, 4, 3, 3, quote 5, quote 3, 5, 9, quote 4, over. Alright, distracted by the radio, you didn't see the soldier lower his weapon and start writing down everything he heard. Damn it, I can't make sense of what these codes mean. Didn't they leave you any instructions? He looks at you suspiciously, but seeing you motionless and with your wings still up, he lets out a weary sigh. Yes, they did, but I'm not very bright when it comes to this stuff. I was just fleeing the bombardment and fell in here right as the group was heading out to attack another area. They only left me this paper, and I'm racking my brain trying to understand it. Well, it says here that quote equals 10, and double quote equals 20, and colon equals a question mark, and dash equals a space. Can you make sense of that? I'll try to decipher what was said on the radio. Okay, so quote is equal to 10, double quote is equal to 20, colon is equal to a question mark, and dash is equal to a space. Yeah, I'm a little bit lost. I guess I'm supposed to replace the quotes with the numbers, but what do the numbers actually like represent? Colon is equal to a question mark, so it's a question, and dash is equal to a space. So I'm guessing they're letters. So it's 8 5 8 5 10 2 10 dash is equal to a space. Okay, so am I supposed to just type in the numbers maybe without replacing them with letters? Dash is equal to a space. 9 quote 9 9 10 9. Okay, 10 5 10 4. Oh, okay, so I do need to decode the message. It's not even gonna let me type all of this in. So I need to figure this out somehow. It'd be cool. So how can I get these to kind of correspond to alphabetical? Yeah, so 10 is equal to yeah, but I mean, how do it, the issue is that like, how do we map them to letters? Do I just take the letters of the alphabet? Yeah, I think that I am pretty lost here. So if the quote is equal to 10, double quote is equal to 20, colon is equal to question mark, and dash is equal to a space. Um, let's just see what happens. I don't think I've quite figured it out yet. I'll try again. Is there a way to skip this? Double quote is equal to 20, and colon is equal to a question mark, and dash is equal to a space. Let me save. Let's see, is there any help? Navigate the interface. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm starting to get it. So maybe we just need to decode each number directly. So like if A is mapped to 1 and B is mapped to 2, maybe I could try that, because I tried it with like 0 mapped to 1 or A mapped to 0, but like it didn't really make any sense. So maybe I can figure out what to do, but this seems to make sense. So the first 8 is H, and then 5 is E, and then 10. So that's going to be A, and what would 0? 1, 0. I guess he A. 2 would be B. He A, B, A. 6 would be F. Not sure. He A, B, A, F. And yeah, maybe this just doesn't look quite right, because like then what would 0 be? Right? Like, because if 0 is mapped to A, then 1 would be B. Then it would just be like BA. But like that doesn't really like make sense. Oh, I think I get it now. I think I get it now. So maybe 10 is K, right? Like, and 20 is U? Is that right? So let's try it with that. Like instead of mapping it to 1 and 0, maybe it's literally 10. So he 10 would be, sorry, like 10 would be J. Double quote is equal to 20. 2 would be B. Yeah, so 10 would be J. It could be K if it's 0 indexed, but it could be J. I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense if it's J, so maybe it is 0 indexed. In that case, it would be 8, which is I. Okay, so 8 is I, and then F is 5 in 0 index. Yeah, IF. If quote would be 10, so that would be K. If K, C, K6 would be G. dash is equal to a space. Still doesn't really make any sense though, like this isn't really like a word. So like I'm trying to think if how I can like map it to the letters of the alphabet, but I'm not sure. We have 8, 5, quote, 2, quote, 9, quote. So we're using this quote, which is 10 a lot. And it would make more sense if it was K than J, but I don't know, right? So let's see. Okay. I mean, it just doesn't really make sense. And yeah, I'm not sure what kind of like code this is, but maybe it's supposed to equal nonsense, but that wouldn't really make sense. It would make sense if it was just a word. So I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to start like at 0 and mapping to A, or maybe it's like 0. The one thing I can think of is like maybe it's in reverse, like 0 is equal to Z. That would be kind of weird, but I guess, you know. Yeah, so what if we started in reverse and 0 was Z, right? Would that make it make sense? I'm gonna try thinking about it one maybe for like a few more minutes, but if I can't figure it out, I guess that's it. Um Okay. Decode the message. Quote is 10, double quote is 20, colon is equal to question mark, and dash is equal to space. I mean, I'm just kind of stuck. Right? Because it's not obvious how this maps to the alphabet like directly. Okay. So if we start with the first, it would be 8, 5, 10, 2, 10, 6. Space 9, 10, 9, space. So what would 9, 10, 9 be? I feel like yeah, I feel like that's something. Or is it 9109? So it's a J B A J? That doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, I think that at this point I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm sure there is some kind of mapping to the alphabet, but I'm not sure what the mapping is. So I might want to get back to this game later, but yeah, I gave it a shot, and it should be something probably obvious, or maybe it's not obvious, but yeah, I couldn't figure out what it was. So um, I think that's going to have to be it for this game, which is once again it's called Journey. So and yeah, I guess I could give some feedback. I mean, really, if I've tried it a few times and it's not and it's the answer is not like super obvious, like I think the puzzle difficulty or the riddle difficulty I should say went from like super easy to like now it's kind of like I have to do some sort of cryptography. So in the case of these sorts of harder riddles, if I've tried the riddle a couple of times, you could consider giving a hint, like maybe something that's obvious to the dev isn't so obvious to the player, right? And maybe there is some kind of solution or thing I'm overlooking, but there should be at least some way to kind of progress, even if, like, um, I tried a couple of times and I don't get the answer, right? So that way you can kind of like still, people who want a challenge can kind of get the challenge, but people who don't necessarily want a challenge can also kind of get through the game as well, and usually games solve this with different difficulty levels, but in this case, a hint system, it's very common in puzzle games like Professor Layton or whatever, and but obviously, like some people want to challenge themselves and not use the hints, but sometimes maybe in this case it was so far fetched, the answer was so far fetched, and kind of so abstract from where I am at. I don't know where to begin, and yeah, I'm just kind of left stuck. But apart from that, I really, I want to get back to this. Maybe I'll leave some comments for the dev, or maybe if they're here, um, uh, we can figure something out. But those are just kind of like my first impressions of the game. I think it's a pretty fun game. I think, yeah, I mean, like, just really, that's my only feedback. Maybe switch the order of events and throw you into the action early, or like kind of keep the tension high at the beginning, right? Because not everybody's going to kind of um, you know want to wade through some kind of like shop scene or anything. I think just making things interesting from the start will grip players sooner. Make sure to cut out unnecessary game mechanics, like maybe I guess to me, I didn't have as much fun with the sliding mechanic, puzzle sliding mechanics. I think it would have just been just as effective if they just transported and whooshed over um, to the next location. No need to have a delay. And as I said, like adding in a sound effect and adding in some music um, would really just set the mood so much better for all of this to happen, and also adding in the hint system. Other things that I have feedback on, not necessarily on the game itself, but really just kind of this page. It's not just about the game, but it's also kind of like about the game page. And yeah, you can kind of leave this bare bones description, but um, I would also, take some time to style the page. You can, even just changing the background color can really paint what kind of mood it is. Like maybe you were intentionally going for like a neutral theme, but I think a little bit of color could have added a lot. Um, and just maybe a more expanded like description of everything, or just something to get you excited for playing. But yeah, this is kind of like maybe bare bones and minimal. But yeah, overall, yeah, I think if those problems were fixed, I would really enjoy the game quite a lot more. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for Journey. Thank you for this entry. Let's move on to the next game. Alrighty. So, yeah, I think this entry is pretty long. So I actually don't know. I haven't played these games, but I'm just guessing. This I read from the description that this entry has like 7 boss battles or something like that. So I might want to try one of the more shorter games first. So I'm going to try this one, Postcards from Saxony. Let's have a look. Cool. So we have Postcards from Saxony, and let's get it started. And yeah, my same advice kind of applies to this game. Like, just a little bit of color on the background um, can really add a lot to the game. But the description is definitely much appreciated, with some screenshots to get you excited for the game, and just kind of like a little bit of an intro and a little bit of a history lesson. And yeah, I guess in this game, we're playing as Lotte, a girl exploring the Obermarkt and some of its history in Freiburg, Saxony. So this is pretty cool. It's kind of like a historical kind of based game, and it uses actual history, which I think is pretty cool. And I think, yeah, let's just kind of get started and see what kind of happens. All right, so let's make this full screen. Um, yeah, that would be my one piece of feedback, that like it doesn't seem like there's like a full screen option, and I can kind of figure it out since I'm a developer myself. So there is kind of a way to get it full screen, but it's kind of hacky. So that would be kind of like, I think for streaming or for anything, full screen is just necessary nowadays. Most people probably are playing on like 4K monitors or things like that. So um, I don't see any reason why not, especially since it's so um, easy to enable. So let's see, how do we make it full screen? I think we go to copy at stores global variable. Yep, that's it. So now I just need to go to my console dot allow full screen. Yeah, let's run this function, and we should be, oh, maybe it's allow full screen. Or is it enable full screen? Let me see. Hold on a second here. Yeah, I think it's request full screen. Alrighty. So let's type in request full screen. And there we go. Now we have our full screen. So now we're in Freiburg Obermarkt and in now, which is the present time period. And one thing I'm noticing is just, the little bits of animations, right? So the little bits of animations really add a lot of life to everything. And I somehow can't move. I can use the arrow keys to move. Oh, okay, cool. So let's go back to full screen. Yeah, still like, is there no audio for this game as well? Let me try another game, because like I know this game has audio. Yeah, I think there isn't any audio as well here, so um that would also be my kind of piece of feedback. But so far I'm really liking the sprite animations, especially on the main character. It just adds just quite a lot of life to everything. Um, I would think that the NPCs would also kind of need sprite animations, but it's fine that they don't. But let's just see what's going on here. I guess I can press space to interact, or is it enter? Oh, enter. Okay. Schuldigung. I'm still setting up. Please come back later. Oh, okay. Let's see here. And some NPCs I guess I can't interact with. What about this one? Vendor. Would you like to have a look at the postcards? Yes or no? Of course. Choose a card to take a look or buy. Press space to exit. Well, yeah, okay, let's take a look at number one. What is this? Buy this postcard for 50 cents. Nah, I don't think I'm going to buy this one. Buy it for 50 cents. No. 3. I think I'll buy this fourth one. I feel like there's just some potential for humor here with these sorts of like funny um, or like historic painting faces. So let's buy this one. Remember, I get new postcards all the time. Make sure to drop by again. Okay. So is there any like inventory? Well, I guess pressing escape got me out of full screen. Is there anyone like in inventory? Oh, yeah, I guess there's still some kind of debug messages, which is fine, I guess. Like not everybody's gonna see the debug on the console, but yeah, I would definitely probably clean this up for like a release. Just because like it's just like debug statements aren't really super useful, I guess. But like, let's see. Let's see. So do I have like unlimited money? Do I have like an inventory button? Let's see what happens if I buy all the postcards. Yeah, let's just buy it. Yeah, it looks like I have unlimited money, so I don't think there's any consequence to having all the postcards, to buying all the postcards. So yeah, but there definitely needs to be some kind of like money tracker. I think that would make it be just a little bit more realistic, or some kind of stat tracker inventory menu. Maybe there is. I'm not sure if there's a way to open it. I tried pressing like I, Q, E, and escape and like all these keys, and nothing seems to be happening. But anyway, let's carry on. So shall I guess there's some kind of manhole cover? Head on the wall. He owed me money. He had it coming. I, Kunz von Kaufungen, would not stand by as Frederick would ruin my life. Or so I thought. Yet it was my head that rolled across this very square. It was my head that came to stop at the very spot you are standing. You want to hear my story? Come back if you have some clues. Okay, so I guess I have the postcards, so let's see. Ah, yes, that's the item. The Elector Prince Frederick and his family, he owed me 4,000 gold gulden. Okay. Frederick the Gentle says, I did not. You fought with your brother over Saxony. I fought at your side in good faith. I got captured and had to pay the ransom. Now I wanted my money back. That is not how it works. And the courts are on my side. Sure, they are on the side of the most powerful man. I needed to find another way to get Frederick to pay up. Does he not have two darling sons? Ho ho. Let's see. Maybe some of the other postcards have the clues. Oh, Schloss Ultenburg. That's where Frederick and his family lives. Hans Falbe. And I work as cook. Pardon? Allow me to introduce myself. Hans Falbe, cook at Schloss Ultenburg. You don't say. Anything big planned? Not at all, sir. Frederick is leaving for Leipzig tomorrow, so everything will be calm and quiet. I assume he takes his guards. Yes, sir. Like I said, an easy weekend for me. Indeed. And that's when I hatched my plan. I would abduct the young princes, and that would make Frederick pay up. Okay, let's see if there's any other clues. Oh yeah, I guess we've already seen this, so let's skip through this. Maybe this statue has something. Let's take a look. There are lots of coins at the bottom of the fountain. Should I throw some in? Yeah, of course. I have no small coins. Yeah, no, not now. I don't really have small coins because I probably spent all the money on the postcards, or maybe it had nothing to do with that. Can I go out of here? No, I can't go out of bounds. So I guess the only thing is to talk to this guy. Maybe he's open now. Glück auf. Would you like to buy some cake? Yeah, sure, why not? Schuss. Let's see. If I buy cake, can I use that in some way? Maybe the change from the cake? No, not now. Yeah, so I don't have any idea. Not the postcard, so maybe it's the statue again? I have no small coins. Where do I get small coins? Yes, I already bought the cake. Oh, Freiburg Eisscheck, a local specialty. It was developed since we needed the quark to fix the town wall. Okay, so Eierschecke is usually made with quark, a type of cream cheese, but we needed the quark for building the town wall, so we tweaked the recipe and it tastes better this way. Whoa, anyway, here you go, and 1 cent change. Alrighty, now we got the change. So let's throw some coins in. There's a card on the ledge, let's take the card. Alright, so let's see. All was going to plan. He had a long ladder, and just like the cook said, there were no guards. We found the rooms of the princes and took them. Going down a ladder with a squirming child is no small feat, but we managed. We carried them to the waiting horses and whisked them away into the night, to avoid being captured and my helpers split up. No, they took up my sons. Oh, okay. So is there anything that happens next? Cool. So maybe there's more postcards? Oh, there are more. So let's buy some. Yeah, let's buy let's buy all of them. I don't see why not. Let's see, and here you can see how everything went wrong. My horse grew tired. I am hungry. You won't get any money if I starve to death. Let's take a break. Stay close. There are some strawberries. What's going on here? He abducted me. What? No, he absconded. I'm taking him back to his father. Don't believe him. My father will reward you handsomely. At that, the collier took his long wooden club and hit me over the head. Is this the way knights are treated in this country? Oh. Let's see if there's any new postcards. Nope. So maybe it's the other one? This is what happened to my helpers. They reached a cave and hold up in there to wait for further instructions. Since I got captured, I had no way of telling them what to do. Eventually, they got discovered and bartered their freedom in exchange for the boy. I, however, was sentenced to death. I was beheaded 2 days later on this very marketplace, and ever since I stared down angrily at the world. The end. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Is that it? No way out. Okay. Cool. I guess that was a short and sweet game. Kind of fun to look at, but I'm not sure where this screenshot was. I didn't really get to that part, but maybe I'm missing something. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Like, I mean, I guess that like one kind of piece of feedback is that like, I guess like Freiburg Obermarkt now, um, it would add a lot to this game. I think if we could actually like time travel and go to like Freiburg Obermarkt before, like like where whenever this 1455 is, right, and actually meet the real I guess Kunz von Kaufungen. I mean, it's better than seeing these kinds of like postcards, I think, and there was just so much setup for like that it was like yeah like I think it's kind of unused potential that we didn't actually get to see him and like see the hilarious kind of antics he was kind of involved with, and we're just learning about him through postcards as to opposed to kind of just being there in the action. um and I think it would be pretty hilarious too, just to kind of see like how life was back then, in Germany and everything. Seeing the kind of like ridiculous wall and cheesecake and learning about the history, just why not be there? Why learn about it through postcards? You could literally change it to Freiburg Overmarked 1455, and this just sets it up. Uh, Assuming that I mean, it seems like there's a lot of history and there's just like a lot of potential for antics kind of messing with the past as well, or like maybe it would be cool even if like at the end, after all the antics, you end up traveling back to the present time and you see yourself on the postcards or whatever, like and that would be kind of trippy. But yeah, I think that yeah, it's really not the problem with the content itself, but the delivery of the content. Like this really just needed some more like, I guess like in this case, we don't necessarily need to add in like more assets. We could literally just like put a filter, like one of those old sepia filters or something on this, and then suddenly we're in the past, or like some film grain, and then suddenly that's 1455, and that kind of like expands the lore and the world building of this a bit more. And yeah, I think that just that one little change would probably be my biggest gripe. Like, why didn't we actually go visit? Why are we exploring the world through postcards? Let's interact with these kinds of hilarious characters, because it's one thing to read about. Because like reading postcards and descriptions feels like reading a book, but it's not a book. It's a game, and the strength of a game is kind of interacting with the medium, right? So just kind of like interacting with those characters or just like being in those hilarious scenes would probably have added a lot to this kind of game. But I understand, it's a game jam. There's not enough time, but maybe there was some ambition to do some stuff like this. But overall, it was pretty enjoyable, pretty short and sweet. So those would be like my two main gripes. Like have some kind of like settings menu where I can make it full screen, where I can keep track of my inventory, just or items or something. It doesn't have to be super obtrusive or detailed, but just something is better than nothing. And also, if you're gonna tease us and showing Freiburg Obermarkt now, you should probably either have something else like the past or the future or something, because otherwise it's just kind of like wasted potential. But overall, I really enjoyed this game, and I enjoyed learning about Kunz von Kaufugen's antics. So that's pretty. It was pretty awesome that it was based on a true story. But I think, yeah, there's just like a lot of potential for like historical antics here. Okay, let's move on to the next game. All right, there's only 3 more. So I think these two are probably pretty long as far as I saw from the description. So I'm going to go for Sandstone from... Oh, and that game was Postcards from Saxony by Inkford. So this next game is Sandstone by Bumblebee Design. So let's get started without further ado. It's a silent point-and-click puzzle taking place in a fictional desert city inspired by North African and Middle Eastern Arab Muslim architecture. And it's all solo dev, original assets, so that's really, really cool. And I just want to mention, the first thing is that, like, because this is about travel, there's a lot of different languages that could be used, but I really appreciate how accessible this game is. That, like, oh, finally some sound. Yes. Yes. So immediately when I hear any kind of sound effect or any music compared to the last game, I'm just instantly transported to whatever game world I'm in. So yeah, let's. But as I was saying, from an accessibility perspective, this game just wins because no matter what language you speak, it's not even asking for you to understand languages. Maybe languages are not universal, but symbols, can be understood. And I think that it's kind of an ingenious thing that the developer did to make it so accessible like this. So I really appreciate this design choice. And it reminds me of like games like The Witness, who also, which is an indie puzzle game that also uses symbols rather than words to kind of tell the story. And so, but without further ado, all things aside, let's just get started. Let's make it full screen and let's see what happens. So this is Sandstone. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Looks like we're thrown right into the action. Uh-oh. I'm not sure how to control this. Oh, I can jump. Nice. Let's get out of here. Okay, so there's some kind of clock on the wall. Some kind of crane mat, I suppose. Time is passing by rather fast. Oh, it's like one of those point-and-click adventure. And yeah, I mean, like, just adding the music just makes it sound so authentic. I mean, it just draws me into the world. I mean, and it seems to be pretty accurate too, as well. I'm not sure if this is like Arabic kind of music, like maqams or things like that, but this sounds pretty cool. So there's some kind of compass. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess these symbols might mean something, but maybe we'll get back to it later. Okay, let's see. Let's go back inside. Let's see if there's anything in this room here. Can I do anything about this? Can I go downstairs? Oh, wow. Looks like there's a market. Oh, she's lost like her necklace. Whoops. Oh,
Come on.
I guess another place. Bucket of water.
Come on.
Okay. Let's see. It's a little bit loud, so I turned it down a bit. Let me turn it down just a tad bit. So he needs a bucket, but he needs some kind of symbol. So let's go back. Let's see. Let's go this way. There's a camel. Oh, cool. So this world is pretty big. Teapot. Nope. Just a giant X. Can I talk to these people? What about this camel? Oh, some kind of jerky? Or I don't know. I have something in my inventory. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's not jerky. Maybe it's something else. Let's go back here and let's go down here. Nails. What does he need? Some kind of seeds? Can I use this stick somehow? Okay. You know, this game really reminds me of an old game called Machinarium. It just has that kind of, like, same charm to it, right? Like, a kind of world to explore with a silent protagonist. And Machinarium is, like, one of my favorite games ever, so I'm really starting to dig this game. A little bit lost on what's going on. Oh, I guess I picked up some rocks. Cool. Can I use those somehow? Let's see. Now, it looks like this guy's just not giving us that teapot no matter what. But I do have some rocks and some kind of stick or beef jerky. I don't know. So let's go here and figure out what I need to do with this. Necklace. I guess there's some ants. I'm not sure what those are doing. Let's see what this guy... What does he want again? Teapot. Yeah, so I need to get that teapot somehow. Yeah, so I think that looks like a symbol from the, from that compass I was looking at earlier, so maybe I need to somehow do that. Can I use this thing here? Or no? I need to find something. Yeah, so how do I solve this compass? Maybe I know. It looks like a clock. So is this like some kind of clock? Where I have to line up everything that is everything? Yeah, but there's symbols. I'm not sure what these symbols map to, though. Shoot. I mean, okay, so let's maybe try to figure this out. Maybe it's like Arabic numerals? But, like, that doesn't tell me what these symbols mean, though. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the clock inside. What did that clock say again? Yeah, so the zero's down here, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what I need to do here. So I know I have a rock and some kind of, like, stick thing, but how do I actually use those? Can't get a necklace. Nails. He needs, like, some coffee beans, but, like, so can I use, like, the rocks to stop the ants or whatever to, like, crush the ants? Can I use the stick to crush the ants? Oh, I can go back here. I didn't know that. That wasn't super obvious. Or maybe this was, like, a secret area? Who's that fellow? Maybe I can use the rock here? I'm not sure. Yeah, Oh, I can go up here, okay. Can I do something here? So I can jump up there, but like, yeah, I don't know, right? Can I keep going down there? Lost on like where I can even like begin, because it seems like I'm not sure what to do with this rock. Like, this guy just seems angry. Do I give him the bacon? Is that what he wants? Or maybe I feed the camel? I'm not sure. Yeah, because I only have like 2 items in my inventory, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Do I go here? Here's something. Do I need this? Oh, there's a bee. Alright. I'm a little bit lost on where to even begin here. Oh, there's another area I can go to? Or is there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these symbols mean, so... I gotta figure this out. Alright, so I only have 2 items, so there has to be something to do. There has to be something. So he wants the teapot, so I need to get that teapot somehow. I need to get rid of that guy. He wants a bucket, but he needs that kind of like symbol thing. Yeah, I'm not sure where to get that symbol thing. Maybe it's that thing at the bottom? This guy, for nails, he wants the coffee beans. Like, so can I get them from the ant somehow? Can I, like, crush this ant? I don't know. Because, like, yeah, I don't know what to do. Can I, like, do something with this? Yeah, I don't know. What about those people down there? Can I interact with them? Maybe this guy. I can't, but like... maybe not. probably pretty lost on what to do here, right? Oh, 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 you can combine items and you can make an axe? Whoa. Like, that's cool, but that also, like, I didn't know you could combine items, so maybe there should have been some way to indicate that you could, because otherwise I was about to give up. I was like, I have no idea. So now I have some kind of rock axe, which is cool. Alright. Progress, at least. Yeah. So I can use this axe where, though? Like, do I use it to fight the guy? I don't think so, right? I don't think that's gonna work. Do I use it to cut the rope down there, or what? That's the only thing I can think of. So let's go to that, like, secret cave, or hidden cave area. Let's go up here and let's see if I can cut this with the rope. Oh, I can. Yep. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, and there's the necklace that the old lady was looking for. So let's get the necklace. Nice. Alright, we're making some progress. At least I'm familiar now with, like, all the people, so I know exactly where to go to now. Here is your necklace. Yeah. Oh, she traded it for this thing. I think that that's what this guy was looking for, the guy with the bucket. Yeah. It's cool. So he gave me a bucket. I love his facial expression. It's just like, whatever. Let's get back here, and I think this guy was looking for the bucket? Or he's looking for the teapot. Okay, so I have the bucket. What about the guy below? Was he looking for the bucket? No, he was looking for these, like, coffee seeds, so... Maybe I can use the bucket somehow to get the stuff that these ants have? Nah. Or could I use the bucket to blind the guard so I can take his teapot? It's worth a shot. Oh. Yeah, it didn't work. He just doesn't want to trade no matter what. You know, what a really not happy guy. Okay. Well, I need to figure out how to get those beans. So where can I use this bucket? What makes sense? Let's see here. Can I use it down here, maybe? Can I use it to feed the camel? Possibly? Nah. I need the seeds, so... Can I use it on these ants? Let's see. Let's go back to this, I guess, hidden area. And can I use the bucket here somewhere? Maybe I can use it on this cover? Let's go back. There's like a bucket hanging over there, so can I cut that off, or... What? Oh yeah, so I want to go that way. And he said he needs another sandstone. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to get the other one, but... I gotta do something with this bucket. Can I put the clothes in the bucket? I don't know what to do. shoot. Do I capture that bee with a bucket? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with this bucket, man. Because I don't... Do I throw it out the window? Like, what? I don't know what these symbols mean, though. Yeah, I mean, so just like the last game, maybe a hint system could probably be beneficial here. Or at least, yeah, even an indicator. Like, one... It doesn't even need to be a hint. Like, you could literally just point in the general direction you need to go, because, like, I don't know where I need to go now. And this bucket, it's not obvious what I need to do with this. I mean, like, if there was water, maybe I could use it, but there isn't. So I'm wondering if there's something here in this place that I can do. I mean, can I feed the camel with this? Oh, I can use the axe to cut the thing. Oh, shoot. Oh, this guy's scared of camels, huh? Serves him right. So now I can get the teapot. Okay, well that is not the solution I expected, but I will take it. Let's go and get our teapot. Anything else we can get? Or no, I mean, I guess watch out for those rabid camels. Alright, here's your teapot, mister. Okay, so we have the oh, I think that's another, like, sandstone coin he gave us, so in that case, I can give this guy the other sandstone coin and he can let me go past this. Yeah, nice. So I need to pay him just to step aside. I mean, that's all he needed to do. I don't know what's so relevant. So do I cut this bucket down or what? Or, oh, I can climb it. Alright. Oh, I can go past up here. Oh, nice. Another area. So let's see what's here. Let's see here. Guess there's another old lady over here. I can talk to her as well. Come on. She's watering the coffee beans, so can I get some? So it doesn't seem like there's any water. Wondering what I need to do. Can I, like, talk to her somehow? I can't, like, talk to her. She just doesn't... She's just ignoring me. Okay, this is not working. Okay, so this needs to have water, but how do I get water and how do I talk to her? Do I use the bucket here somehow? Do I bring water from her? Yeah, I'm not really so sure what to do. Do I capture these flies inside? Or what? Okay. Need to somehow get these coffee beans, but... all I have is a bucket. Maybe I need to go down here. to solve that puzzle now, but it's just kind of hard, right? So there's a clock going backwards. Here, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, there's too many combinations, unfortunately, for me to kind of brute force this, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I think that's where I think I got a good enough impression of this game. I'm not sure how to proceed here, but like I said, maybe a hint system would be preferable. But apart from that, I'm glad that this game had music and um, sound effects and just really added to the immersion. I definitely felt like I was transported, and I think that yeah, I think really the only thing this needs is just kind of more streamlined. The biggest thing is more streamlined elements like somehow showing the player that you can combine items and maybe gently nudging the players to where the correct location to go to is so that they're not kind of stuck. You know, a game called A Space for the Unbound, it's an Indonesian indie game, is really good example of this. Like there's a cat in the game, and whenever you enter a new area, the cat walks towards the direction that you need to go to, so you'll never like be lost and wonder why like, oh, where do I need to go next. And I think those little things like this would really help this game a lot, but overall I really enjoyed this game. Okay, that was Sandstone by Epic Bumblebee. Now we're down to like the last two games. So um, we're down to Yomi no Yado, and it's a small world after all. It's small world travel after all. Alrighty. I think since this one might be pretty long, I'm gonna try It's Small World Travel After All, and then I'll end with Endway Lodge. Okay, so let us get started. So yeah, this is kind of like 3D open world travel on a tiny version of planet Earth, stylized with this kind of low poly style. Playing as Mackenzie, world travel journalist taking off time to travel the world. Freely explore the world, the planet Earth, in any order you want. There's no win or lose, chores, time limit, dying, or killing. Just run around the planet Earth to navigate the different countries, especially places that you've always wanted to go but never possible in the real world. Talk to the cute NPCs to learn some factual information about locations, or simply watch sunrise and sunset. I like to walk up to Himalayas to do that with a Yeti, or check out the midnight sun and polar nights at the poles. Incorporated the following required limitations of the jam. Yeah, so this person did a lot of the limitations, and yeah, real world geographic data. Yeah, purposeful and educational dialogue. Oh, this is cool. Like lots of music and sound effects. Cool. So there's a bug. What's the bug? If you're flying the hot air balloon for a while, its direction may calmly ups. Oh, that's fine. Let's just get started and play. Alrighty. Hi, Mackenzie. I'm in the North Pacific Ocean. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm in the North Pacific Ocean. What's your schedule? I'm on vacation, remember? Yeah, yes, your bucket list. I want to see the world, you know, it's my bucket list. Nice. Cool. It's too early to take care of one's bucket list. Call me when you're ready. I guarantee those assignments will blow your mind off. Monster sighting, time travel, magic carpet ride. You won't regret it. Nice. Let's get into it. Use a compass and use the ZX keys and zoom slider to zoom. Okay. Yeah, I know. Good. Okay, take lots of pictures, pick up some interesting collectibles along the way. They may come in handy in your next assignment. Alright, boss. Alright. Hopefully you'll finish your world travel soon. It's a small world after all. Small world, big adventure. Later, boss. Hopefully Disney isn't too mad and doesn't copyright strike this. But yeah, small world, big adventure. Later, boss. Cool. So let's see how this controls. W's move. I can look and turn with this thing. Okay, cool. So I guess I use this kind of on-screen thing. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm guessing this is like to make it kind of mobile friendly, but yeah, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't use WASD to move, but like, yeah, I guess this works too. And let's see, I can take a picture. Oh, nice. So I guess let's just head over to this location. I'm assuming this is the hot air balloon or something. Oh, it's the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, California. Nice. Cool. So let me snap a picture of that. Nice. Let's just keep on exploring, I guess. Oh, I'm really liking the world map music. Like, it's just super relaxing. Oh, looks like I can go under the world. Not sure if I'm supposed to be doing this, but I wonder what's in here too. Let's see. Oh, I can't. Okay, now we're back. Yeah, the controls are a little bit funky, and can I use a controller or no? No, it's my control. Oh, I can use a controller. I can use it to control the camera, oddly, but I can't use it to move, which is weird. But yeah, maybe this. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller. Oh, okay, I can. Oh, okay, cool. I can use the D-pad. Well, I mean, I think it would make more sense to use the control stick, but whatever. How do I zoom in again? Okay, that's better. Let's get up and close. But I'm going to use the controller because this seems to have some controller compatibility. Although I think it would make sense to use the stick. So let's see. How do I interact again? Do I... Oh, I can jump. Oh, nice. Cool. Let's keep going. Hello there. Welcome to the World Travelers Nomad Stole and Seoul Currency Exchange in South Korea. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, move from country to country. Nomadic traders, guides, tours, rangers. You got it. Oh, you look like a world traveler. Yeah, let's collect some currency. Yeah, it's called won, and you write it right. This it's Korean won. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so gravelous. I'm too much. Oh yeah, just tell me some more. Oh, there's exchange rates and stuff. Cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, this could be cool. Maybe there could be like a trading mini game here. I'm not sure if there is one, but like... Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool. Let's see here. Oh, I guess he's already there. Yeah, I guess with the controller when I'm pressing A, it seems to like zoom me out. I don't know why. Yeah, so some testing with the controller could definitely help this game a lot. Because it seems like it can support both control schemes, but yeah. It seems like I'm using like a hybrid of the controller, the keyboard, and the mouse, and that's kind of what's working for me, but like, yeah, I don't know. Tell me more. Yeah, cool. So let's just keep going. Cool. Yeah, I'll take lots of photos, why not? Oh. Love the little animation. Ooh, it's the Taj Mahal in India. I think I'm inside. Uzbekistan, Asia, Kazakhstan, Asia. We're in Europe. Ooh. Let's take a picture. Wow, this is pretty big. Do some more exchanges. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking if you're going to give currency, maybe there could be some kind of like exchange rate mini game, like based on the time added to this. Yeah, I'm way too zoomed out, so how do I zoom back in? Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Oh, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Cool. Petra, the man governing southern Jordan. I guess they're kind of overlapping each other. Okay. Let's get a few pictures. Okay. So there's a Curiosity Ranger with just like a lot of kind of things. Okay, let me zoom in. Oh, it's Stonehenge. Wiltshire, UK. Nice. Notre Dame in Paris, France. Cool. Looks like there's an Aurora Borealis. The North Pole. Home of Santa Claus, North Pole. Awesome. Santa is real. I just took a picture. There's the proof. Oh, it's even a woolly mammoth or something like that. Cool. Now let's see, where haven't I gone? Oh, I guess there's some helpful indicators on the world map for the currency exchanges, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's collect some... Yeah, I guess there's an exchange rate, but it just doesn't seem to have make any difference. Because there's no, like, currency tracker. Anyway, let's get the... Yeah. I guess all the all the shopkeepers kind of say the same thing, or all the currency exchange shopkeepers. So let's go. Alright, so we got some rupees. So I think we're making some progress. Hopefully. You can jump, but can you fly? Yeah, I mean, like, this kind of, like, I guess, 5-point perspective view, they would call it, is useful for these kinds of scenes, and it really reminds me of this kind of Dragon Ball Z game, The Legacy of Goku 2, where it kind of had this, like, perspective when you were flying around the world. So definitely getting that kind of vibe from this game. Alright, let's go to here. Let's get the currency and then let's keep exploring. Hopefully we're almost done. Ooh, the Sydney Opera House, nice. Let's get a picture. Okay. Nice. I like how the music tracks also don't repeat. I'm assuming there's a playlist or something and it's just kind of going through some pretty good tracks. So, let's see. More currency. What kind of currency are you selling? R. Z-A-R. That's Australia. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool. So I think there's probably only a few more. We've been through a lot of places in the world. South Pacific Ocean is in all caps for some reason. Yeah. Probably shouldn't be in all caps if everything else is not in all caps, but I guess it is pretty big. Oh, I guess he's inside. That's why I couldn't see it. Yeah, let's get the rupees. Yeah, I think there's only a few more locations to go through. Alright, let's keep going. I guess these currency things are somehow hidden inside, so there might be a little bit difficult to see, but let's go. Oh, they're all just popping up right next to each other. I think I already got Korean, right? Oh, it's Sweden. Swedish krona, not Korean won. Cool. Singapore. Yeah, maybe it's over here. Is there any way to run? Maybe that would be useful. Instead of having a jump button, there could be a way to run a little bit faster. Oh, it's Canada. Okay, cool. Canadian dollars. Oh, it's the Statue of Liberty in New York. Nice. Let's definitely get a picture of the Statue of Liberty. I don't think that one was too good. Let's redo. Alright. Is this US dollars? Yeah. Cool. I think there was like a hot air balloon minigame, right? So can I play that? magic carpet right taken. Still zoom in. It's just up now. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I guess it's a hot air balloon, but yeah, I mean, like, I think some kind of like mini game. I guess it's not, it's just sort of like seeing stuff, but like some kind of mini game involving this hot air balloon, or just using the hot air balloon to like fly around to other countries without it like being on autopilot. I think that would be pretty cool. Like maybe some kind of race or time trial or something like that. Um, yeah, but this is kind of cool, but I guess it's, let's see, Aeronavis Evanesco, some magic freeze. Okay, oh, nice. I think I saw another country over there, so let's go back here. It's another currency style in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, I always miss these, I guess. Australian dollars. Okay, in Mexico. Gee. But which way is up and down? I don't know how to get to Mexico. Okay. I think that may be the one place I haven't visited. South Pole? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Hong Kong, China. Yeah, but I bet since Brazil is here, let's explore Latin America a little bit. Maybe Mexico's nearby? Okay. And there's another landmark over there, but I'm going to get this one first, and then I'll go to Hong Kong. Another currency thing. Oh, Mexican. Cool. Wait, am I stuck? Uh-oh. Oh. I guess I'm stuck. I can't, like, move. I can still, like, zoom in and out, but I can't, like, get out of here for some reason. Maybe this is, like, a game-breaking bug. I was almost done, too. No. I can't jump, I can't move, I'm just locked. I'm using the keyboard, the mouse, everything. I kind of just want to get out of here. But, yeah, I guess that, unfortunately, I can't finish now. Does it autosave? Let's try restarting again, but if it doesn't, that's okay. I don't think it auto-saved because, yeah, this is all like new stuff, I guess. Yeah, but it's unfortunate that there was a game-breaking bug after the conversation, but overall, I had fun visiting the other countries from around the world. Yeah, I guess that, like, maybe some cool things would be maybe to make the conversations a little bit more unique. Like the shopkeeper conversations are all the same, so either make them unique or maybe have some kind of mini game where you can like trade currencies from around the world, like some kind of stock market analysis thing. I think that would make it a little bit more fun. Like in general, like I think just more things to interact with, right? Like make the hot air balloon interactive and just make things interactive more like in general instead of just like seeing stuff. Like there might just need to be like more things to do in each location. But overall, I think this was really fun, and I really, really like the low poly art style, and just like perfect travel music, and even seems to have like a day and night cycle and just everything. So yeah, the world has a lot of things, but more interesting things to do to like keep me engaged. Um, like yeah, because like otherwise like it might just seem a little bit repetitive to just go through and like talk to each npc and like not really get anything. Like if there was like some kind of like thing I could do with the money, that would be cool, like some kind of trading, or like even like it can be even deeper than trading. Like maybe there's like some kind of like events going on where you have to go to like certain locations, and like some event is happening in one location or another. um that would make it interesting. Like even like the Sydney Opera House, like maybe there could be like a concert in the Sydney Opera House, and there could be like some music playing or something, like just some little things to kind of bring this world more to life. It doesn't need to be complex, but it definitely needs. I think if you could do a little bit of polish like that, and of course fix like the I guess game breaking bugs, like when your player just cannot move for whatever reason. Um, that would add a lot for this game. But overall, yeah, I had really a lot of fun with this game. So nice job. Okay. So now that brings us to our final game, Naomi no Yado, the Endway Lodge. So let's give it a shot. Cool. So this looks like to be some kind of horror game set in Japan. Um, you're stranded in a lodge in the Japanese mountain, and there's kind of like a mourning week. Maybe that's some kind of cultural thing in Japan. And yeah, I guess this is some kind of like maybe survival horror with a bunch of like unique um, boss battles. So I'm really looking forward to playing this one. Let's get started. Train rattles like bones in a jar. Okay. End of the line. The conductor forces you off into the purple fog. End of the line, Oyako-sama. The crossing has begun. Ooh. Seek Yomi no Yado. It is the only safe harbor from the mist. The inn stands rotting on the hill. The yellow lantern mocks you. Irashaimase. I am Miss Okami. I watch over this inn. Oh, pretty unsettling, I guess. You are stuck here for the 7 nights. Do not go outside the gates. Okay. Let's see. Morning breaks with a gray sickly light. It's daytime, the spirits are quiet, but the air is heavy. Oh, I have some options. Okay. So I guess I'll just talk to Miss Okami first. Tonight, beware of vanity guest. The Kuchi Sake Ona wanders these halls. She was mutilated by a jealous husband. Yeah, I'm wondering why Miss Okami is so big. Maybe it could be a little bit smaller. No need to take up that much of the screen, right? It just looks a little bit weird. Anyway, beauty is dangerous. If she asks you a question, you must confuse her. It's daytime. The spirits are quiet, but the air is heavy. Yeah, let's search the lobby, I guess. Lobby is dim. It's only lit by the flickering vending machine. Check the vending machine. The lights flicker. It hums with a low electric buzz. You can check the return slot. You hear a metallic 100 yen coin. Nice. Let's check the vending machine again. Why not, right? One option left. Hot Black Boss coffee. Let's leave it for now. Inspect the stone lantern. The stone is cold and covered in moss, and there's nothing but dead bugs. Yeah, I mean, I feel like for this kind of unsettling atmosphere, the music seems rather upbeat. I'm not sure if that's what you were going for, but I feel like for this kind of horror game, a more ambient track or even just silence would actually work better. And I guess it's kind of funny because this whole stream I've been saying that we want to add music, but I guess in some cases we might want to take it away, right? And I think in this case, yeah, if we're trying to give this kind of unsettling atmosphere, this music is kind of, I wouldn't say it's the best choice in my personal, for my personal tastes. Either more ambient music, or even just silence would probably do wonders, or even just like sound effects, like I believe it was like Dodongo's Cavern, or in Ocarina of Time or something, like just like anvils or like just creepy noises in the background probably would be just enough. But anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's check inventory. I have health. I have an item. Using an item will heal your spiller. I have 100 health though, so no, let's save. Yeah. Can I exit? Yeah, it's daytime. Well, I guess we gotta return the room and start the night. The crossing has come. Excuse me, Oyako-sama. Who did this to you? He said I was beautiful once, but vanity is a sin. He thought a smile should last forever. Yeah, it seems like these NPCs are... This is a much more well-proportioned NPC. Like, I don't know what was going on earlier, but it seems like some of them just weren't in the right place. I like this kind of view. So she touches the mask with trembling hands. Watashi kirei, am I beautiful? And for some reason, I don't know what's going on, but some of the NPCs look a little bit low poly, or I mean low res, right? Like for some reason the sprites just are not as detailed as a background. And generally when you're making games, you'd want it the opposite, right? You want that kind of bokeh like blur effect to be in the background, not on the like NPCs. You want your focus to be on like the NPC sprites. So it's something I noticed. I also noticed it with like the train conductor and like some other NPCs, but I'm wondering if like why the NPCs are so low res, like because if anything, as I said, like I'd want it to be the opposite. Like I'd want the background to be a little bit blurry and the NPCs to kind of like be more detailed, because that's what I'm focusing on. Anyway, watashi kirei? Am I beautiful? Well, yeah. Why not say yes? Oh, how about now? Yes. Oh. Oh, she carves a menacing plan. You black out from the pain. You wake up from a sharp pain. Still alive, you're stubborn. Yeah, what would have happened if I said no, but I'm alive barely? Well, I guess I better eat that rice ball then. But I think I'll save it for later. Let's just save for now, and then let's go back. Talk to Miss Okami. Yeah, the cold is coming. The Yuki Onna approaches. Oh, that's... Yuki Onna means snow woman. It's yokai, you know, which is like a demon from Japanese folklore. Do not let your heart freeze, keep your blood moving. Alright, so I think I'm going to need some coffee then, right? So let's search the lobby. Flickering, check the vending machine here. Yeah, let's use the coffee now, because, like... Yeah, this hot coffee should keep us warm. Some kind of elephant. Yawn, so much fear in the air here, tastes metallic, bitter. What are you, some kind of spirit? I am Baku, traveler of the dream world. I seek the darkness that plagues the human minds. I help souls sleep peacefully, but I cannot do it for free. I must be fed. Bring me your nightmares. Let me swallow the terrors that keep you awake. You look exhausted, little guest. This inn, it's a noisy place for the spirit. Proper rest is a luxury you can no longer afford. If you nap in your room, I may be able to find you there. Feed me well, and I will restore the recovery from rest so that you desperately need. You feel like if you take a nap in your room, you might be able to reach him. Yeah, let's just, let's take a nap. Let's see what happens if I do say I'm terrified. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Cool, so I get to restore my spirit without, yeah, let's just save. Nice, so, yeah, that's handy. I get to restore my spirit without, yeah, Woman of the Ice, it's so cold. I have walked for so long. Let's not reveal like we have a hot drink. I waited for him the snow. He smiled, promised to return. The snow covered me like a blanket. Now I am the snow. The Baku's blessing softened the blow. The cold stopped here. You black out from the pain. Oh. Oh yeah, I probably should have said I had a hot drink. I didn't want to like reveal my hand. But whatever. Can I just like do that thing where like... Okay, let's see. Let's search the lobby. Let's check the machine is empty. Yeah, of course it's empty. Let's walk the overgrown path. Skin itches. Okay. Let's visit the shrine. Check kitchen. Empty, cold. Take a nap. Oh, I get to, oh, nice. I get to restore my spirit basically for free, so... Let's check my inventory. Yeah, let's save. Alright, I think we're going to start the night. Ooh. A pale, slender head descends on a neck that seems miles long. Yeah, let's see. My throat is cracking. Yeah, so here's the thing about, like, this kind of NPC that, like... Since there are only, like, two colors, I guess, like purple and yellow, if you use it as purple, it kind of blends in with the background. So one way you can kind of, like, make it, I guess, a little bit more stand out is to have an outline. It could be like black or white, but just like a little bit of like outline or shadow to the NPC can make it kind of be more present in the foreground, because right now it kind of blends in, with everything else. So that would definitely add a lot. Anyway, let's keep going. Give her the lamp oil. Yeah, why not? Ah, so smooth, so warm. Come here, little guest. Warm hug, immense. You lose 20 kerosene. So, like, yeah, maybe I survived. Well, yeah, maybe I'm just gonna lose no matter what. I'm not sure. Be satisfied, you hotel gift. Search everywhere. She will take from your flesh instead. Okay, let's check the vending machine. Yeah, whoops, I guess I should have figured it was empty. Let's explore the garden. Where haven't I explored? Check the gnarled peach tree. Oh, I got a peach that can ward evil. Let's visit the shrine. Let's clap and pray. Check the kitchen. Inspect the sake shelf. Man, I have all these items, but like I've been using them and it seems to like not have any effect on like any of the. Yeah, this nightmare restoring thing might be a little bit broken, so I don't know. Maybe there needs to be some kind of penalty or something, or maybe you shouldn't be able to use it every time because otherwise it kind of takes away from the like the survival horror aspect of this game, I think. But or maybe this was just like an easy mode for people who just wanted to kind of get through the game. And in that case, I guess that's fine. But yeah, I think in these kinds of horror games, though, it kind of takes away from it because, like, the point is to survive, right? So it kind of takes away from the challenge. Let's see. Let's return to room. Okay. No, it's showing me my items. Okay, let's go back. Feed us. The stomach is without a pit in the bottom. I have nothing. Too slow, wrong. That is not sodium. Greasy and satisfying. Give lamp oil? Ah. Okay. Give sacred sake? Sure. I have nothing. Surprise me, disappointed. She slithers out of the room unsatisfied. Yeah, I lost a lot of spirit there, so. Okay, so let's talk to Miss Okami again, I guess. Search the lobby. Let's explore the garden. Yeah. Visit the shrine, I guess? What's the last thing? I check the offering box? Yeah, maybe these were the items I was supposed to show. Check the kitchen. Listen to the floorboards. Let's take a nap. I don't know who this Baku fellow is, but he seems to be a pretty awesome friend. So let's go. The crossing, blah blah blah, melodic. Hello, traveler. Were you about to nap? Too bad. It's the Sukimaku, the girl in the gap. I'm a little bit lonely, a little bit shy, but I like to pop out just to say hi. I'm a little bit rude, but I'm a bit of a flirt. But I love to shock people until their hearts. Ha 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 ha. Oh, what? Taped. Oh, guess it's some kind of minigame. Nice. Yep. Oh, it's getting harder. Cool. Nice. Yeah, I think this is the first time I actually didn't take any damage one night. So, um, the only time that actually required like minigame skills and like not finding random items. Okay, talk to Miss Okami. The Nura Ona waits for by the rain barrel. He carries a sorrow as heavy as a mountain. She has to hold her burden, beware. Her grief is a shifting tide. Okay, cool. Search the lobby. Let's not check the vending machine. Let's use the public phone. Tsukimako, use the tape to seal her out. Okay, line goes dead. Well, that would have been useful maybe last thing. Let's inspect the guest register. Okay, let's explore the garden. I cannot enter today. Visit the shrine. No, let's just see. Check the kitchen. Yeah, let's just return the room. The crossing hours come. A woman with snake-like eyes stands by the rain barrel. In her arms, she cradles a faint, ethereal form of an infant. Yeah, just same thing with this. Like, just a little outline on this NPC would make them stand out a little bit more from the background. She holds his head, weighs 1,000 pounds, a tremendous burden of exhaustion. Sorry, my baby. Have you seen my baby? Why are you crying? Offer peach. Stay silent. Let's offer the peach. Why not? Momo, why are you giving this? Reminding me of my Tara, the baby born from a peach. Yes, a child represents life and hope. Sure, let's improvise. A child born from a peach, not drowned in the sea. She takes the peach. The ethereal infant seems to sigh, its form softening. My child, he is no longer heavy with sorrow. The curse of the stone has lifted. Thank you. Oh, looks like I got it right. You survived. Morning breaks. The air feels eclectic. The final night approaches. You can feel eyes watching you from every corner. Let's save. That sounds like something might happen. Cool. Let's talk to Miss Okami. The Jorogumo, the Golden Spider Mistress. Ooh, she loves music. She asks many questions. Do you know your sister's traveler? Alrighty. Let's search the lobby. Let's use the public phone. She loves the sound of the biwa. That's a traditional Japanese instrument. If you fail her rhythm, only sharp iron like rusty scissors can cut you free from your silk. Yeah, okay, so I need some scissors. Does the vending machine ever have anything? I don't know. Walk the overgrown path, my skin itches. Okay. Let's check the offering box. Now let's check the kitchen. Check the rice cooker, empty, cold. Take a nap. Check inventory. Return to room. Well, let's start the night. We're at 100% spirits, so the crossing hours come. Spider Mistress. Six sisters met you in the dark. So this, for once, the NPC seems pretty high quality, high res. Oh, and she's holding like the biwa. Six sisters met you in the dark. Six shadows left their mark. Yeah, like I mean, like so. I did mention that like a glow would add a lot to this as well, like just an outline. But like in this case, since it's like maybe the final boss, you can add a bit of a glow. Like think kind of like Super Saiyan or things like that. Just like something to show that it's like menacing. It can even be like a dark glow, not necessarily like a yellow one. But yeah, I think things should kind of like escalate, and just a little bit of glow could add like a lot to this like kind of final encounter. I mean, I know her eyes are kind of glowing, but like maybe an animated glow, and some particle effects, could make this final boss stand out really uh quite a bit. Anyway, let's continue. Uh, Speaking in rhymes, but do you know the ones you fought, or was your victory dearly bought by luck alone? Listen to my song, traveler, and answer correctly, or stay in my web forever. In a silver space where the floorboards groan, a woman watches, silent and lone. She waits for her gaze to meet her own. In a world of cracks, she has grown. Question one: where does the Tsukima Onna hide her face? I don't know. Wasn't it behind a surgical mask? Yeah, I'm gonna guess E. Wrong. The Silk Titans. I can feel your pulse slowing. Maybe not. If you lock eyes with her, what is your ultimate fate? Um, to be dragged in the Kashi. Well, it's Tsukima Onna, so I'm not sure. I don't really remember which one was the Tsukima Onna. I know the Yuki Onna was a Blizzard woman, so it's not that, but yeah. I say to be dragged into the crushing void. Oh, maybe that was right. What part of her body moves like tentacles to feed her secret mouth? Her long serpentine tail, her prehensile independent hair, freezes the air, asks if she's maybe her tail, I guess. Wrong. I don't know. What does a second mouth do if it's left hungry? Uh, it screeches and causes excruciating pain. It detaches and flies through the night. Maybe it screeches and yeah. By day a wife, by night a fright. Her neck extends in the pale moonlight. He seeks the lamps to burn so bright to drink their fill and end her plight. What is the Rokurobi's preferred late night snack? Yeah, and I don't know why the music stopped all of a sudden. Like, I think some kind of final boss music would be appropriate for this kind of tense situation. I didn't even really get to see the question. What was it? What was the Rokurobi preferred late night snack? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe lamp oil and small insects? Okay, that was it. What's the name of the variant whose head detaches completely? Not small children, hard candy, small. Maybe the Nukakubi or Ushi Oni. Oni means demon, but maybe this is the Nukakubi. Um, with a heavy shears and masked disguise, she asks a question, washing your eyes. Give a firm answer, that's unwise, for death is only the certain prize. What specific item you can use to throw the slit mine? She slits your mouth to mask your own. She freezes you with her icy breath. Hard candy. Maybe hard candy? What happens if you tell her yes, you are beautiful a second time? Yeah, she probably slits her mouth to match her own. Yeah, probably. A mother's plea on a rocky strand, a heavy baby placed in your hand, a snake's long tail across the sand, the deadliest hunter in the land. Who is the monstrous partner that hunts aside the Nure Ona? It's either the Ox Demon or the Yuki Ona. Maybe the Ushi Oni, the Ox Demon. What happens to the bundle as she gives you as you hold it? Um, it becomes as heavy as a boulder to pin you. Wait, what was the question again? Uh, it reveals a mouth on the back of his head. I'm not sure. Wrong. The Silk tightens. You can feel your pulse slowing. Yeah, just some feedback when it gets wrong, like a screen shake and maybe like a flash of red or something to indicate that there was damage. And yeah, just some kind of feedback and maybe a sound effect would really I think add a lot to this kind of like tense scene. And even in general, like just playing with the camera a little bit, like slow movement in this kind of tense scene, I think could really add a lot. So the song is finished. The spilled silk is fun. Tell me, traveler, is your journey done? I guess that's a yes. Endway Lodge. The seventh night ends not with a scream, but with a whisper. The purple fog boils away, retreating into the earth. The morning week is finished. The crossing is closed. Looks like Miss Okami is kind of back to normal. You carry the weight of your fear well, Oyako-sama. Conductor, the train is approaching. It's time to go back to your world. Okay, the Ryukon isn't there. It's just a pile of rotted wood reclaimed by the forest. Okay. The train arrives. It is sleek, modern, silver. You look out the window as the train pulls away, but in your pocket you feel the cold weight of the items you found. You have walked through the land of the dead and you survived. Nice. So I guess we got the good ending. The true ending, the returnee. Yeah, I'm not gonna play through it again to see what happens when you don't make it, but yeah. No, I guess there's some concept art. And this game was created by Scott Unrested Ackerman. Oh, main menu, music, and in-game music. Oh, nice. Cool. So, thanks to HNLA and all the Let's Players. Cool. Endway launch. I'm forever appreciative of those who donate and those who play for free. Yep. Awesome. Cool. The end. Wow. Well, that was a really interesting experience. Let me give you my thoughts. So, really, I think the big thing with this game uh, is that it's it really the gameplay segments where I actually had to use skill, like that one where the woman was like kind of cutting through the walls and you had to like kind of click, where there was an actual like mini game and like game mechanic. I really liked that section because it was interactive and it was based on like the kind of player's skill and not kind of like I guess like being at the right place at the right time, like having a random item or something like that. So if I were to give any feedback, I would say maybe try to incorporate more of these kinds of skill based sections rather than um, the kind of how do you call this kind of like item based, like you have to have this specific item to continue, because like if you don't have the specific item it can get kind of a little bit convoluted, or it seemed like I think for some of the puzzles it's okay to have that, but like yeah, I don't know, like I felt like even sometimes I had the specific item, like for the Yuki Onna, I had the hot coffee, but like I thought not revealing it was kind of like the way to go because like I didn't want to show my hand right away, but it just didn't seem to really matter or something like that. But like anyway, yeah, like the general thing is like more skill based sections, and also more like I guess like fitting things for each segment, like um more outlines to kind of like make the NPCs stand out, more kind of fitting music for each section. And yeah, I mean, even just like the music, what's kind of interesting is that like for throughout the game, maybe the music can kind of progress like as you're kind of like gaining strength throughout the game, right? Like and just being kind of like more ambient, but like you're slowly kind of like getting your strength back and like escaping. And even for like the finale, I mean, some biwa music would be great, to kind of match the theme of the final boss. um I think that there's also there's a famous song in Chinese culture. I forget the name, but it's like surrounded. I think it's called surrounded. It's actually for the pipa, which is like the Chinese similar instrument to the biwa. So I think even kind of borrowing from that kind of sound, they're not the same thing, but even borrowing from that kind of sound or that kind of like instrumentation could add a lot to like the final scene. And like as I said, like adding in glow effects, making sure that like the high resolution NPCs are a bit high, are prominent with like outlines and glows and things, and also like just like making sure that like um yeah, they are like even the backgrounds, like adding in a little bit of blur um would just add just so much to this kind of game and really bringing it out to life. So yeah, I would really pay attention to all of these points. But overall, I really enjoyed this experience. It's definitely an awesome kind of like horror game, and I think with these kinds of little tweaks, it could be even more immersive and more well received. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for now. It's cool that you added like concept art and just added like, oh, and there's even like non-web versions, so that's cool. But I played it on the web. Um, let's see here. And yeah, I think that that was all 5 games. So let me head to the final screen and we can wrap up here. Um, So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching, whether you watched it on the live stream or whether you're tuning in later, this was the first Traveler's Jam of its kind, and I'm just blown away from all of the games that I played today. I hope the feedback that I gave, I tried to be constructive, and give you feedback so you could, kind of make better games, whether you make games for another game jam or whether you want to become a professional game developer and release games on other platforms like Steam, etc. I hope this kind of feedback helps. And I will definitely be hosting another game jam in the springtime, which will be more about food than travel, but it'll have a somewhat similar theme. So I hope you can also join me for that, and I hope you learned. And anyone who finished a game here is a winner, right? Because against all odds, you kind of pushed through and finished everything. So as kind of your reward, I hope these kinds of points are to help you polish, whether for this game or for future games. But yeah, overall, I had a really fun time playing everybody's games. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next game jam. Feel free to chat with me or chat with other devs on Discord or itch.io. But until then, this is Tokyo Frequency hosting the Travelers Jam, and thank you for watching. See you next time.